have to admit, it's a little off-putting being on the stage after watching people portray the founders of a gay movement, right? Because I come at it late when you think of the history of how long it's been going on. So I'm glad this story is being told, because there are a lot of people who condemn those of us who are in the movement today as being too corporate, or we're playing too much by the assimilist rules. But the Victory Fund is all about taking a seat of power and getting our own community to step up and win elections. So, this is the game, this is the hand we're dealt, right? This is the game. In this country, you get power by sitting in a seat of power. And so how do you do that? Well, the Victory Fund is all about getting LGBT people to learn how to run and win in the straight world, and take an election, take a victory, and then be in a seat of power so that you get to change the rules. It was interesting to hear in the play the discussion of our own attacking us at times, and it happens. I mean, we're a nonpartisan organization, and the number of times I have to fight state Democratic parties to allow a gay and lesbian person to be a nominee is ridiculous. I mean, we should never have to be fighting a party anymore. But we do. We have to fight Democrats and Republicans to allow gays and lesbians on the ballot. And that goes on and on. So there are definitely places where it's still an issue. Most places it's still an issue. We're not yet at the point of equilibrium. When you watched Harry in the play and the angst about giving up his organization and all that energy that goes into running these organizations, let me tell you, this is our life. I mean, most of us are single. Most of us are dedicated to the job. It's what we do for a living. It is our entire life. And when you think about that and you watch Harry's angst in the play about, I have to give it up because the mission is more important than me, that is incredibly tough to do because you're so invested in what you're doing. But when you say we're not moving fast enough, we're not doing enough, well, the last I checked, none of the gay organizations actually get to pass a law. We don't actually get to vote on a bill. The people who the Victory Fund helps elect get to do that. But, the idea that we're not doing enough, we're not pushing enough, I just don't find truth in that. On the other hand, if people feel angst and anger and hunger to do more, there are plenty of places to get involved. If you're not writing a check to an organization in the movement, get out your checkbook. If you haven't gone to one of the rallies in Washington, or haven't gone to lobby on the Hill, or if you're in New York and haven't been to Albany to lobby, then get off your ass. The idea that somebody else is going to do all this for us is wrong. I mean, that's what the Victory Fund's about. We believe we should take responsibility for our own movement. That we should step into public service and take responsibility for it. That we should find people who want to be leaders, find people who want to do it. I mean, whether they work in an organization or whether they run for office, they care enough to put their name on the bottom line. They're in a job that they can get criticized for, they run for office, and yet members of our own community criticize them for doing it. So when people say that the movement is too slow or cumbersome or bureaucratic, I encourage them to help change it.